You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
How you doing, guys? This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. I'm your host, Safan. You can find me on Twitter and Gap.ai. Let's start the show. Well, if you've been following DACA has been striked in court. All right, is the 11th district, meaning Florida and Georgia. Excuse me. Excuse me, I cough. Sorry about that. The 11th district court in Georgia and Florida, right? Georgia. This is from Georgia, right? They striked at DACA because somebody sued the university, right? Or something about the university. They sued about how they can't discriminate DACAs from being accepted into the school. And then the court struck it down because by law, you can only be recognized, or the school, state school, can only accept DACA. Can only accept student that is lawful, right? That's lawful by their standards, right? So what DACA is trying to do is sue them because they think they have the right to get into the school, which is they don't understand that DACA is just an executive order to defer deportations. When you're DACA, that does not mean that you are a legal citizens. Only legal citizens or people that's lawfully are able to get educations, that's able to get into our school, all right? If you are unlawful or don't recognize that you're lawful, right, you cannot participate in school, cannot be accepted, cannot be admitted. According to the 11th District Court, they strike this case down, all right? So DACA is totally unconstitutional. DACA is just a leeway. It's just when Obama it created the executive order of DACA, right? It's to say to law enforcement, hey, look the other way. Just ignore these people, right? But they still classified these DACA students. They are still classified as illegal because DACA just only allowed them to stay here, right, without being deported and giving them a work permit. It does not mean that they are legal citizens. That's what these DACA kids don't understand, right? This is why they lost in the 11th District Court, right? That then the reason why I'm going to mention it again. A reason why, because some people need to repeat more than once for them to understand. The reason why these DACA cannot enter or cannot be admitted in university is because the university can only recognize lawful citizens. All right, lawful meaning they were willing to accept immigrants. They're not denying immigrants. They're willing to accept immigrants as long as they're lawful, meaning exchange students. Exchange students are lawful immigrants, so they could go to colleges, all right? People who are on visa could come here and go to colleges. They are considered immigrant. What people fail to realize that if you are unlawful, which means that you cross the border, live here for so many years, you are entitled to get this school. They think it's right. It's not a right. All right. This privilege is only available to lawful citizens and citizens. These DACA kids want to say, oh, we live here most of our lives, so that should entitle us to these. No. So just because you live here for 10 years, 20 years, or how many odd years you are still illegal. You're not supposed to be here. You're undocumented, right? Just because for instance, let me put this in this analogy, right? Look, if I go live in my friend's house, right? My friend's house for 10 years, right? I cannot say that I live there, right? My friend could kick me out anytime I want. I don't not own that house. All right, he just let me stay there for a while, but not indefinite. So he could kick me out anytime. But I'm not saying, but I can't say I own his house. All right, you understand? That's what these DACA try to say. Just because they stay here, they by default they could be lawful. No, you still broke the rule. There's nothing that say that you've been exonerated from being illegal immigrants, right? The only way for you to be exonerated is you go back to your country, apply the right way, and get admitted the right way by vetting and documentations. Then you could say you are lawfully here, and then you could go to the school, all right? But you just crossed the border, stay here for 11 years, or whatever amount of years you claim to stay here, right? And now you want this to get the same educations. No, it doesn't work that way. So this is the first time the court has been on our side, all right? Been on our side. First time. It's been a while since, oh my God, all right? First sensible thing, the court. And they do, and this court, they're not going to go to the Supreme Court, all right? They're not going to go to the Supreme Court because look at the Supreme Court. It's stacked with conservative judges, all right? If 11 district judges already said that they're unlawful, they cannot admit it, they're not going to go to the Supreme Court, because if they can take it to the Supreme Court, right, the Supreme Court will say, oh, all right, you want to do it like that? Now let's take all the doctor argument. They can review all the DACA statement, every issue with DACA, right? They can deem it unconstitutional, which means that DACA cannot stay here, which means the DACA program are invalid, right? Their whole school, the kids that went to school and got their education, right? That means their education are invalid, annulled, meaning it doesn't exist, right? This is why they do not want to take it to the Supreme Court, right? This is not why they don't want to press on, because if they go any further, it'll make the situation worse for them, right? But this is a first time in a long time that some kind of victory for the American people won. Look, I'm all for immigration and all this stuff, right? But I'm all for lawful immigration, meaning go to our port of entry, make your claim, or not. If not, go to our embassy and apply like everybody else. All right? It's just that simple, right? You just can't hop the border. I know these people are not that smart, right? They say they want to escape what? Escape political asylum. It's sick for asylum. You know what? There's a right way and a wrong way of doing it. You just can't just go there. You go to the port of entry and just tell them what it is. It's not that hard, all right? It's not that hard. Just doing it the right way. How is it difficult? Because they know they can't get accepted because their claim are invalid. All right, this is why they don't want to do it the right way, because their claim of being for asylum are invalid. They know they can get rejected. That's why they rather commit the crime than to go to the regular proceedings. All right, if they have nothing to hide, if their claim are valid, that they're actual true political asylum, then what's the harm of going to the border and tell them the reason why? If it's really legitimate, the court will see. Is it true or false? And if they find it true, then by all means, come ahead, all right? But don't just hop off the border and just vanish, all right? Because when you do that, look, there's a story out there. There's a story out there about a Hispanic woman kept 30 people in her basement, enslaved, modern-day slavery, right? Modern-day slavery. This is what happened. If you're an illegal immigrant, you could be one of those victims who's modern-day slavery, which means it could make you do anything. You're indebted to the landlord. If anything, they could make you prostitute. And there's another story where this woman was trafficked through the borders, and she got nothing to do or got no experience. What they do? Her boyfriend or coyote, whatever, made her prostitute, right? Made her become a prostitute, and she had to do this sexual acts with 20 men at once, rapid pace. All right, this is the outcome if you decide to come here illegally. When you come here legally, at least you have the law on your hand. All right, you could be protected. That's the thing. When you come here legally, you could be protected from being taken advantage of. When you come here illegally, you won't be protected. All right, you won't be protected, and you will get taken advantage of. Don't tell me they're not gonna get taken advantage of. They will get taken advantage of, right? Because they know they got no rights over here, and so the people that's taking advantage of them got the upper hand on them. They can threaten them. Oh, if you don't listen to me, I'm gonna call ISIS on you. I'm gonna report you to immigrant. All right, that's what it is. That's why we want everybody to come in the right way. When you come in the wrong way, you're not protected. Okay? They need to be smart with this. But yeah, DACA just got struck down. That's one victory for the victors. Right? Stop being perpetual victims. But let me know what you think. You think this is the right move or a bad move that the court have decided? Okay? Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting paid. I'm doing this for free. But one thing you could do to support me by hitting the subscribe button right here, or follow me on these two social media, Twitter or Gab.ai. And on that note, guys, let me know what you think. This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again in the next podcast. Peace.